I am the University Club of Portland, and have witnessed this city's changing landscape for over a century. Through the years, I have seen Portland grow and evolve, and I have adapted to meet the needs of each new generation. In their ongoing efforts to update my facilities, the Board of Directors authorized funds for remodeling the Grill and Jefferson Room. In 1974, the City of Portland planned the Transit Mall and prioritized downtown mass transit. The same year, my board voted to tear down a house it owned to the west and create a parking lot. The request resulted in some severe regulatory difficulties. The city, at first, denied the request, but my board appealed. Finally, after reaching an impasse on building low-income housing there, a written agreement allowed me to have the lot temporarily paved. It has remained paved ever since. In 1974, my big game dinner sold out, as usual, with an extensive waiting list. The one difference this time is that it got genuinely wild. Added to the menu were buffalo, lion, antelope, boar, and snake, ever faithful to my members' love of food. My other big meals that year included several buffets featuring the food of the Philippines, Ireland, Greece, Italy, and Oregon. In 1975, the state of Oregon passed a social gambling law, and I received my first social gaming license from the city. The state fire marshal announced we would need to have smoke detectors everywhere or install automatic sprinklers. Sprinklers were more expensive, but improved everyone's safety. Members paid an additional 25% to their monthly dues for an entire year to cover the cost. Special buffet dinners this year included Austria, Hawaii, Spain, New Orleans, Ireland, San Francisco, Egypt, Italy, and England. In 1978, someone announced I should be listed on the National Register of Historic Places, which I found ridiculous, as I felt as young as ever. And now, I am indeed duly recognized as a Grande Dame of the city. In 1986, women were finally allowed in the dining room for lunch, as long as they were accompanied by a member. In 1988, I got new boilers and air conditioning equipment. My kitchen was remodeled that year. The club was closed for 2.5 months between June and August. Over 7 years, I spent more than $215,000 freshening up. When Mount St. Helens blew later that year, as soon as the air cleared, the bartenders began serving St. Helens Fizz in a special event we called Ash Friday. That fall, the club received a letter from a local law firm inquiring about women's rights at the club. As a result, in the fall of 1989, I became the first of Portland's private clubs to admit women. I invited my 21 women members to become regular members without any additional initiation fees. In addition, house rules were amended to remove gender pronouns. Events that year included an indoor golf tournament for my men and women members. It was played throughout the rooms, stairs, and elevators. They were held again in 1990 and 1991 and were called the Up and Down Open. In 1991, I held my first smoker evening. Publicity for the event was directed to Gentlemen Lovers of the Leaf, which at that time referred to cigars, not cigarettes, or what you youngsters back then called shake. My after-hours lectures started in the early 1990s with local notables. Usually on Wednesdays, the events involved cocktails and dinner. In 1992, shortly after a celebration of finally stopping the leak in the ceiling of the grill, some tiles unceremoniously dropped from the ceiling and landed on a card table surrounded by astonished members. The ship's bell appeared in the grill at this time, and its purpose was kept a secret to prank the unsuspecting bell ringers. The University Club continues to thrive and grow in the modern era. The club's members come from diverse backgrounds and professions. Still, they are united by a common goal: to create a community of like-minded individuals who can support and inspire each other. As the year 2000 arrived, we celebrated the beginning of a new century together. But we didn't know that more change and some daunting challenges were heading our way.